Hello, folks. How you doing? Welcome to the Universal Order Show, Episode 2. Today we have featured Animaker and Calamidade, Raiders of the Universal Order Guild, hosted by myself, the Bronx Paladin. How you doing? To anybody watching, thank you for joining us. To anybody watching the recording of this on YouTube, feel free to hit all the pity buttons on the bottom. Yes, all the new channels, all the buttons are replaced. There is no subscribe or like. It just all says pity. So let's get right to it. I bring to you straight from Brazil with much love and adoration. We have for you Animaker and Calamidade, our
Hello.
first married couple on the show. All right, so thank you both very much to agreeing to this, and hopefully we can learn a lot
And
and
have fun.
and have fun. Absolutely. So, as I said at the beginning of the show, the two of you come to us straight from Brazil. That is absolutely amazing. So before we get into the regular questions, I have to ask, what made you decide to play on our servers instead of, say, an oceanic one?
Would you like to answer?
Yeah, sure. Before anything, we Kali started the Cataclysms expansion, but I started since vanilla now. By the start of
By
the
the
World of
start
Warcraft
the World of
servers,
Warcraft servers,
there
there
was
was
no
no
Oceanic,
Brazil,
Brazil, Latin
Latin
America
America servers.
servers. So I decided to play in a American server. I guess what it was one of uses the Eastern time called Warsong. And there's the, in that time, Warsong server was completed fulfilled with Brazilians. Even being American server, it was filled with Brazilians. Among other people, there was a lot of Chinese guilds, Korean guilds, Russian guilds, among others from Oceanic and Latin America. Uh, when Blizzard launched the Latin
Animaker,
American, sorry,
you're. I think the two of you are echoing off of each other.
Oh, sorry.
okay, so just a moment. Okay.
Okay, good.
Carla forgot to mute my mic at her phone, so never mind. So continuing, when Carla started at the Cataclysm, when Blizzard launched the Brazilian servers, Asalon, Gold Dream, I don't remember the others. When I recruited her, I moved my character from Warsong to one of those servers. Somehow she didn't like to play among Brazilians when I broke her. She can tell more about it.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. So actually, when I started, some of my friends from the internet and other server, actually forums, I used to play RPGs and other video games, invited me to join Twist Nether and another server, which I can't remember anymore. Yeah, Garona. And so after trying for a couple weeks War Song and noticing how messy the general chat was, so I decided to try out Twisty Nether, and Animaker moved. So we transferred or we started new characters there.
Okay. Well, like I said, we're definitely glad to have you, and you, both of you speak English very well, which obviously I'm very grateful for.
Thank you.
All right, so let's get to the standard stuff. So, first question I have, well, now the second, starting with you, Animaker, where did your name come from?
My name came from the lack of creativity on me creating name for characters. This name I've been playing World of Warcraft since 2004, 2006, or 2008. I don't remember. I always bring the name of my character something from the previous game. I don't remember for sure, but I guess I have a druid called Anima at Diablo 2, or a necromancer at Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2 called Soulmaker, and I brought some names and fusion then, and oh, I guess Animaker could be a good name because I tried to make my first character was a druid in vanilla. I tried to make druid anime from my Diablo 2 druid. Name already taken. Okay, I'm gonna make a warlock. Name it Soulmaker. Already taken. Okay, I'm gonna try a warrior. Animaker. Oh, the name worked, so I'm gonna play.
Yeah, it is very hard after all these years to claim a name in this game when people have created, when there's millions of players, and each of those players probably have a bunch of alternative characters. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Calamidade, how about you? Where does that name come from?
Mm. Well, uh, I don't know. So when I started and Animaker introduced me the classes, I immediately fell in love for shaman and thrall and all those things. And when it comes to find a name, I tried for calamity, something related to the elements, to the weather, but of course the name was already taken. And I decided to give a try using the Portuguese version, okay, the Portuguese translation, which is Calamidade. So this is how people spell here, but it's all good. Calamidade. And it is just that, I guess.
So, how long have the two of you been on this server?
Since basically at the start of Kala's recruitment, it's basically this. When I recruited her at the start of Cataclysm, we start to play at Ashalon when the Brazilian servers opened.
Right.
She didn't like to play in a full server of Brazilians, and unfortunately, sorry, I don't not try to be prejudicial to anyone or any nationality, but somehow Carla felt the toxicity of this community by the general chat, like people talking about everything, offending each other, among other stuff that Carla didn't like.
I think she has a
So,
different version of the story.
uh, maybe. Well, she can tell more. Okay. Okay. Um, and other, but the main reason that I decided to make a Twist Nether is one, we wanted to play in a low population server because high population server, everything in the action house is inflated. It's hard to really make a good group, and the reason about that we didn't, the main reason, aside this is what I explained, that we didn't play in a Brazilian server is because we like to play with everyone in the world. When I was
Right.
playing in Warsong, even being filled with Brazilians, I had wonderful experience with Russian people, with Chinese people, with Korean people, with people from Chile and other places, Canadian people. So why I gonna restrain myself to a server where just people from one single nationality place when I can play in a server where I can play with basically everyone.
Yeah, it definitely the mixture pots of cultures are definitely amazing. Out of curiosity, I would love to hear Calamidad's different take on the story.
Sure.
Yeah, so it was basically that when Brazilian servers opened, we decided to try it out, and we started on both factions, Alliance and Horde players. And in Alliance, we found some very cool Brazilian and a very nice Brazilian guild. So we had full expansion experience playing with them on eh, Garona, no,
Garona. It
no,
was
the Brazilian one.
Oh,
Oh, I forgot.
Warsong
Goldring.
Azralon?
Goldring.
No,
It's
it
a
was
normal.
Goldrin, the
It
smaller.
was a normal server. It was not a PvP server. It was a Brazilian server. It's a normal server. Back in the day, that this war mod feature was not in the game. Servers were the, that time that servers were dividing RP, PvP, RP,
Yeah.
PvP, and normal. There was a normal Brazilian server that was Goldring.
Okay.
And so it was by that time also my friends from the internet decided to invite us to play on Twisted Nether and Garona. And yeah, so I why not? And it was a perfect opportunity to learn more about those friends and have a more close experience with another language. So which so English is not our native language, and we don't have a lot of opportunity to practice and learn. So not just the language, but about the culture from Americans, from Canadians, from people, as Animaker said, from people all around the world. And it's been very fun. So after a time, the Brazilian server, so the guild there decided to, so they split it up. They, because of some arguments between the leaders or people leaving the game, so they stopped playing, and we decided to stay here because all of this experience and interaction with other communities. So
Okay.
that's it.
One of the cultures that you had mentioned were Canadians. So that leads into the next question. Before Universal Order, you were part of, and a shout out to, the Boasterous Few, another raiding guild on Ravenholdt. How was your experience there?
It's not only was, but is. We still have halts in boisters when we are not raiding with Universal Order. We raid with them. It's always a good experience.
Right.
We were been playing with them since, I guess, Legion. No, Draenor. Yeah, I guess it was Draenor.
Okay.
They're
Shout out to Sparkle
cool. They
Pony
are
out there.
calm. They have their serenity. They are fun. I like those guys.
Yeah, they are good people.
Yeah.
Um, were they your first guild on the server?
No. Uh, in truth, boys, before we joined Universal, we had our mains in Boisterous. Before we made Boisterous our main guild to play, to raid, to make in the game, we used it to play with Boisterous with our outs. Um, Back in I guess in later on Draenor, we had other uh, guilds in Twisted Nether. We used it to play with guilds that are now dead, unfortunately, have good guys, but with real life problems, they left or something similar, like Dark Legend, Killer Instinct, Crimson Outlaws, even Pango we played a bit. When we had our mains on those guilds, we played on on the days that we were not raiding with our mains. We used our alts to play with them.
Okay. Side note, folks, before the interview started, Animaker and I were talking about drinks, and I have mine right here, buddy. Nice,
Cheers, man!
cheers.
Sugarcane brandy, honey, and sugar and lemon. It's a Brazilian drink.
Can't say I've heard of
Just pure water here.
that. We got the
Yeah,
good one over there.
she's having coffee too.
Rum and soda for me. So the two of you have been playing for a very long time.
Yeah.
Now, starting with you, Calamidade, was right now your main is a shaman. Was that always the case, or did you try other stuff first? I know. Wait, I know you had played both Alliance and Horde, but when it comes to the Horde, was shaman your first choice?
Yeah, my first choice. I've tried hunter, warlocks, monks when Pandaria was released because everyone wanted to try it, and
Her main was a hunter in Alliance.
true. Yeah, my
Okay.
main in alliance was a hunter.
Okay. Did you try shaman healing when you raided in for the Alliance or no?
No, so actually, I don't have a shaman healing in alliance. I tried a priest, the just that as a healer, just the priest in alliance,
Okay.
and in horde the shaman, a druid for a very short time because they druids are very hard to understand the mechanics and the rotation, and so I didn't last long playing a druid and the monk.
During downtime such as this, people tend to use alternative characters a lot. I don't think I've seen you with one though. Is there one that you're playing that I just haven't noticed? Another character.
Sorry.
Another character. Like, are you currently playing anything on the side? Like, are you playing a hunter right now, a priest right now?
Ah,
My log Bozo.
Okay.
You have seen him in one of our normal hides.
Okay.
And I'm just starting to level my monk again, and that's it. I'm afraid I don't have enough time to try the other classes I'd like or I've tried before.
Okay. And Animaker, to give you the same questions, obviously you couldn't have been a Death Knight unless you started in Wrath, or for the long term. If you played, because I think you said you were playing since 2004, which would have been before Wrath of the Lich King, what was your go-to before Death Knights became available?
when I started to play was in 2006 and Vanilla. When the end game raid instance was, I guess, either Montecore, Blackwing Lair, Zugurubi. I started to play as a druid, but when I reached the max level, I noticed that the game basically forces me to be a healer, and I like to play a druid. I don't like to play specs. I like to play class. So if
Okay.
the class is a tank, a healer, a DPS, I like to play it all. I don't like to restrain myself in one strategy of the class. I like to uh, enjoy the class at its full potential of
Mm-hmm.
everything that the class can provide to my game.
Right.
So I grow bored with druids, and I retried my druid until Wrath of Lich King was launched. I played as warrior.
Okay, and what drew you to Death Knights when they came out? Because you've stuck with that for as long as I've known
Y-
you.
Yeah, when the Death Knight, when to be honest, I stopped playing as a druid when I started to play as warrior in vanilla. I managed to high level him, but max level, get PvP for DPS gear. But when the Lich King launched, then I decided to play as a Death Knight. Before that, just as warrior, basically.
Okay, and like I said a little bit ago, the downtime has been just massive.
Yeah.
It really has lasted for a very long time. How have the two of you been keeping busy? Are you using alternative characters a lot, or you just been taking a break?
We still are around. Um, Sometimes we pug heroics. Yeah, it's hard, but we try. We do some random BGs. We level other characters to learn the other classes. Just enjoying the game. Sometimes we start to play battle pets, farm some mobs, make all the achievements. The game has a lot of stuff to enjoy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Keystone Dungeons are a great time. I've been taking a break from it for a while, but really hope to get back into it when the content is new again. um, are the Bolsters Fuel also on a break?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
The guild leaders in the office, the two guild leaders, Leda and you, are moving. I guess they are moving from one city to another city or one state for other state. So they are busy in their real life. So they took a break. Uh, since they have they're not only the guild but the community. Sometimes one on another from the community risk to make a mythic or pug normal or even heroic Castonafri.
Okay. Well, Bolsters Fuel, if any of you are out there, I wish you a lot of luck in the coming raids, and hopefully you and your community can succeed as well as all of us. Ah, so one other thing of note that I found really fascinating when we were talking before the interview, Calamidade, the reason why we had to push the time of this show is because you were in a class and you were teaching, correct?
Yep.
So,
Yeah. So in please continue.
no, I was just gonna ask how. Uh, so, our chat would love for you to know, Animaker, that you were just cute.
Uh,
I do agree completely.
So, yes, they definitely are. So this is what an actual Latino looks like. I'm just a half breed.
oh my god.
Awesome.
Ah, so much love and respect to you as a teacher. What are you teaching?
Actually, I teach English and Portuguese to expatriates. So I'm graduated in graphic design, and I've been working as a graphic designer for sei lá, like 12, 15 years. So after 10 years, 10 years ago, I left my last graphic, so advertising agency, and a friend of mine told me, so why don't you start teaching English? Because I'm not a teacher, but I've always enjoyed the language. So I know a very few, I can a very few of Spanish, German, and English. And I started just because, and because I was unemployed by them. and I wanted to keep my bills paid. So, and after a few months, I just fell in love for teaching. So nowadays, I'm a graphic designer as a freelancer, and I'm working to get all my proficiencies and license to teach English and Portuguese. For Portuguese,
You
I don't know because yes,
right when you were talking about the advertising thing, you had mentioned German. Do you know more than two languages?
yeah. So I learned German when I was at school, but I've never used it professionally.
I mean,
So it was
that's
just
incredible.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a hard enough time trying to learn a second language. I've tried several times and I keep giving up. That's my own fault, but
Yeah,
uh,
I'm doing the same about recovering my German skills and trying to learn Spanish because half of my family comes from the Spanish side of South America. And my mom and her whole family is from Paraguay. And I can understand, but I'm not able to speak correctly. Yeah.
yeah, I need to get off my lazy ass and learn a second language. You're sitting here with like four or five or something.
Oh
Oh
no.
man.
Ja, sie kann Deutsch, aber ich spreche nicht so gut Deutsch, Entschuldigung. Yeah, she taught me that.
Oh, I we love you guys. We need you on the show more. So here comes the big question. How did the two of you meet? As you are, of course, a married couple, and it has to be an amazing story.
Okay, you can laugh, I don't mind. We met ourselves in the internet.
You know, as did
Like,
half of us.
yeah, like 10 years, 12 years ago, there was some game forums that people would meet themselves to play games because we didn't have those kind of MMORPGs or any kind of
Hmm.
MMO. We use it to play games using network simulators like Hamesh or GameSpy Arcade to play games like Age of Empires, Age of Mythology, Diablo, the first StarCraft, Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, all those games with which you can only play in single, simple like LAN houses and closed network. And we met ourselves there. Then one day I decided to visit her, and then we are here.
And that was how long ago? How long have you two been married?
I don't know, maybe 10 years, 11
Oh
years,
wow,
12
okay.
years.
I don't think you want to say I don't know when your wife is sitting next to you.
She don't mind. Or mind, and I don't mind to get hit about it.
Wow. It's definitely gonna turn
I'm a
into a different kind
tank.
of show.
I'm a tank, man. I can handle the damage, you know?
I think someone's gonna forget how to heal.
I'm a Death Knight. I heal myself.
Oh jeez. I love you guys. Ah, so
And I have
anybody?
Purgatory, so I can keep alive even dead.
Have the two of you looked up? If you're the type to, looked up any of the uh on the patch data about the upcoming patch? Does
I
any of
don't
that
like
stuff
spoilers,
interest you?
so I don't read any new coming patch. We just play the game, wait to release. Once we release, we try to land when it's live.
Yeah, I know. I'm the same way. Every time I look at it, I'm like, It's ever changing. You know, you could read something amazing like, oh man, Death Knights are gonna be the alpha dogs now, and then they decide to revert everything, and all your hopes are gone, are smashed, and it's like, why did I read this stuff? And I just can't. All right. Well,
I don't care. I'm the kind of player that don't play to be a winner, to be the top, to do numbers. I like to play the game. I enjoy the game when I can immerse in the game. I don't play to be a DPS. I don't play to be a tank. I play a Death Knight. If the Death Knight can DPS, a DPS. If Death Knight can tank, a tank. If the Death Knight somewhere, if Death Knight can PvP, a PvP. If in the future Blizzard launches a spec that Death Knights start to heal, I start to heal too. I play for the lore,
that'd be
for the
funny.
class, for the scenario, for the design. I like to play the game. I like to play the story. I'm a RPG gamer. I'm not
There you go.
a professional. I like to enjoy the game.
Well, we're
People at the beta from this expansion from Shadowlands especially. Death Knight have the best of it. Fear if Frost is Night Fight. I don't care. I'm gonna choose my covenant based on what I like on the lore of it, not what the bonus that gives to my character. The stories, the background of that covenant that will make me make my choice. It's the same with my alts. I like to play the game by the lore, by the immersion, not by the numbers.
well, you heard it here first. If Blizzard decides to give Death Knights the fourth spec of Necromancer, Animaker will heal on it. Just
I will. I
throwing
finally will.
throwing death coils at everybody. Here's your healing.
Here's your you're dying. Here, take this skull of death to increase your health.
Oh man. Well, I really truly appreciate the two of you spending some time with me, with all of us. Thank you to everybody in the channel that's viewing. Every Friday, folks, always looking for somebody to talk to. These are two more of the Universal Order Raiders, and I really look forward to seeing the two of you and the rest of us succeed in the next raid. So thank you both. You're adorable. We all love you, and thank you for agreeing to do this.
Anytime. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's been so much fun and so cool raiding and running content with you guys. So, thank you.
So once again, thank you. I am the Bronx Paladin. Here we have Animaker Calamidade. That is the end of episode 2 of the Universal Order Show. Thank you for your time. Until the next one.